things metal. Of all things metal. I'm Matt. I'm Jeff.
Welcome back to the Bleghcast, the ones and zeros of all things metal. I'm Matt.
And I'm Jeff.
And today, I think we have a much better episode than we did last week. We are covering a new band that I think did I discover this one, or was that?
Yeah, you did both of these.
Okay. So this week is Graey, spelled Graey, just for the people out there. And then Becoming the Archetype.
Graey is the Nightbloom, Nightbloom LP, and Becoming the Archetype is Children of the Great Extinction. And we're going to be starting off with Graey. These are both albums that were picked by Matt this week. Yeah,
because we saw what happens when we let Jeff do both albums last week.
Oh,
no,
man.
I'm joking. No, those should have been better. It's not your fault.
Don't let me do anything from now on.
No, it's okay. You're allowed to have opinions and like music, Jeff. That's the whole thing about this is just
close one.
Listening to new stuff or finding stuff and whatnot. Yeah, so this one, it was just kind of, Jeff was like, hey, what are we doing? And I just kind of scrolled through. Whenever he asked me that, I scroll through the Spotify recommends, and I just I go about 3 or 4 pages deep to find some of the stuff, just to get to the weird, not the weird, but like the stuff that might be like not well known and overlooked. Yeah. So this band, I love.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this like for 2 weeks because I think we took 3 weeks off, and I probably I don't know how many times I listened to this album. Above more than 10, and it's only 27 minutes or something like that, 22 minutes.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It's 27, 26. Yeah, so it's nice, short, concise, to the point. I love the lyrics. If you've listened to this podcast for a while or not, you'd probably get tired of me talking about lyrics. That is my just thing that I just gravitate towards. And this guy, he is just a poet. I love his lyrics. They are just meaningful and like just paint a whole picture. So yeah, it just, for me, this album was pretty near perfection.
Yeah, it was pretty great. I have to agree with you.
That's good.
Yeah, I like how atmospheric it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those albums that you can get really excited about actually putting it on.
Yeah.
I think what I really liked about this one is that it had that Tesseract clean guitar sound that I like.
Okay, yeah.
Like that. But I'll do timestamps in a minute.
Yeah.
But overall, it was it was kind of genty at times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tesseract vibes sometimes, and then that all that extra stuff that they put in there really just elevates it to a higher production value.
Mm-hmm.
And really makes them stand out. Like at first glance, it might seem like there's like nothing like totally unique about it, but what they do with the songs is where they shine. It's not like they're reinventing the wheel really, but I think that what they do right is just really solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have to agree. it was a breath of fresh air. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm really excited because these guys are fairly. It seems like they're fairly new to the game. I looked at their like Facebook. Because one, I was like, man, are these guys going on tour? I want to see these guys, and they're doing like a battle of the bands to get on like onto like one of the main stages of a festival that they're near or something like that. Is the closest thing I saw to like a tour. They only have, I want to say it was like 207 likes on Facebook, so they're fairly fresh. But geez, like, does it like? I didn't even realize that this album was like self-produced, and this is just beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got such a huge sound that seeing them live, I think, would be Keanu Reeves breathtaking.
I was gonna say breathtaking, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I think, and just real quick, whereas like I Prevail, like last week, I Prevail, Norma Jean, you wouldn't really want to listen to all the way. This is one of those albums where you kind of need to listen through it all the way through because it like takes you in some, different directions.
Oh yeah, it's a whole journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I listened to it near 10 or more times in 2 weeks, so it's pretty good in my books.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you had some faves.
I did. The first two were favorites.
Okay.
Bluebird's Gone. Kind of a weird name for
especially since it's like possessive.
Yeah. Yeah, who is Bluebird? We need to know.
Right.
Just based on the what would you call it? Just the mood or something of the whole. Almost sounds like it should be like a blues song or something based on the title. But Bluebird's Gone, and then In Death and Regret. 156 and Bluebird's Gone is a really cool groove. I like. It's like that clean guitar, not the Tesseract thing, but very like bouncy.
Yeah.
That type of thing. And then 3 minutes in Bluebird's Gone, they had that spoken word stuff that we like.
Yeah.
For a brief moment.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool. And then In Death and Regret, that's like that clean, that's that like Tesseract sound that I like. Kind of like if you click on like 22 seconds,
right, too.
That stuff in the background.
Oh yeah, okay.
That section. And then 105, I put that this chorus is like kind of sad-ish and makes me think about life.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Just makes you, I don't know, reminisce about everything.
Yeah, it's
not really like the lyrics, but just like the feel of the instrument, the instruments, that part, and the melody and stuff. Just I don't know,
real reflective.
Yeah, reflective.
Yeah. I chose just to talk about 3 because I wanted to talk about all of them.
Hey, talk about all of them.
I only took notes for 3 because I was like, this could be a whole episode in itself, in my honest opinion. So yeah, going back to Bluebird's Gone. The intro, 6 sour notes. Like, that's what I wanted out of Norma Jean. Was just like that. Even though it's like soft, it's And then at 2 minutes and 12 seconds, I liked it because the slow, like, melodicness. I think you talked about this, is that clean guitar. I enjoyed that it broke up the song nicely. You had like heavy and like this nice like soft bit in the middle, and they bring back like the heavy towards the end of that. I enjoyed that spoken like vocal clip. And then once again, like I said, this guy's a poet. The chorus, he says, "Cohesion is possible if we tried. Those who divide us aren't the ones who decide." And I didn't do a time signature on the chorus. Trying to like find it, because I know I enjoy the whole rhythm of it is well, there it is. A little bit back. Yeah. It like everything he's saying just like hits just right. And I'm surprised.
Yeah, I remember. Oh,
sorry. I was gonna say at 4:04. I'm surprised you didn't mention this when you talked about the song. The blech is, I put just like big letters. Blech.
Yeah, I liked the part. Yeah. Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised when I first listened to it. I've been working out lately, and when I was at the gym, I was like, hey, now would be good. It's pretty short, time. It'd be a good time for me to not have to just, be listening to something. I was like, wow, there are a lot of moments in here that like are really like, I can't wait to listen to this again,
Yeah. Like, and able to be actually able to concentrate on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can channel that into, like if Norma Jean, or no, if I Prevail gave you anxiety, this was like the exact opposite, probably.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This was like something that
buttery.
I want. Oh, buttery. Yes. Yeah. Oh, it just like made me want to melt. Yeah.
Yeah. And this stuff you could probably, there's moments in here you could easily like relax to, like fall asleep to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the first one. The second one was Flora Moore. Is that how you pronounce it? That's how I'm pronouncing it. And I want to say, I think it's tremolo picking. I might be wrong. In the beginning, at 16 or like 15 seconds, they like bounce between both ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that. At 1:14, he says, I think it's 1:14. Yeah, so I'm not sure if this was gift or blasphemy. The way he enunciates and like what's it when you like hit words like a certain way? The tonation or the like flux, the you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
The intonation of like the words, the way he hits those, like the
pronunciation.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. There's like a certain there's another word. It's like putting emphasis on like certain syllables.
Okay.
And like how you talk. And when he
Accent.
that whole like, I'm not sure if, like that whole just like punching like drive that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goosebumps. And then at 2:07, he says, once the sun is set, no other light can replace it. And I said right there, I said, that's straight poetry. Like, just like think that, because you like think about like the sun and how big and powerful and like the type of light it provides. And then when it sets, you got like flashlights and you got house lights and the moonlight and stars and stuff like that. And it just, nothing compares to like just like the magnificence of like how powerful like the sun is.
Yeah.
That's just something like I picked up on. It was just like, geez, that like hit right in the core.
Yeah, and it seems like not only his lyrics as a whole, the whole like message of the song, but his one-liners like that are, it could almost just be like one line poems.
Yeah.
You could dissect a line like that, like you just did.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch, you know.
Yeah. And then the other one was Dark. And I like the guitar intro. I don't know what word I used to describe it because it literally is just a scribble on a page. That's how excited I was. I don't know. Like I
like an EKG machine.
It might be amazing but like I can see an A and then it's just like a bunch of squiggles and then a Z and then more squiggles. But yeah, so once again, like we're talking about a lot of lyrics here, but like 50 seconds. So I enjoyed this because he said the original angel leads us back to the light, and then he says like movement in the sink, the scars show us our destiny. Then he says the original angel leads us to the afterlife. I enjoyed how he like kind of flip-flat because like afterlife and light sound very similar. But also just like the original angel leads us to like the afterlife reminds me of when we were listening to Fit for an Autopsy's new album, and I think I want to say it was Two Towers, like that just like big like dramatic way of like saying something is what I got out of that, and it's just like, ooh, powerful, like it. And then at 1:30 through 1:45. Oh yeah, this one was funny. I was just sitting there, listened to it, and especially at 1:36, that like with the however they did it, whatever pedal or effect that they use there, it made me audibly go ugh. Like I just like
me too.
It was just like, ooh man, like talk about like some shivers. Like it takes a lot for me to get like I'll make faces and I'll like bob my head when I listen to music, but to like get me to like audibly go oof, like that was dirty and I need to go take a shower. Like that was the feeling I got from that, like that part. Yeah. I agree. I that same thing, like literally the same thing happened to me. You know, I've been listening to the album not as many times as you, but today was the day that I did my notes for it, and
And when that little skippy part, right, came on, I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
and I had to make a note on that. So yeah, that's love that part. So that same section, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I'm, while we're talking about it, just so I don't lose these guys, follow. I liked them on Facebook already, but like I'm gonna follow on Spotify so I can hear some more stuff whenever they come out with it. I'm genuinely excited to see where these guys take their musical career because it's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be scouring the internet for tours and other release dates by them because I don't think I've been this excited over an album since Fit for an Autopsy is What the Future Holds. I think that was my last one that I was like binged this much.
Interesting. Yeah, and if you would have asked me, I probably would have not have pegged you to have been excited this excited over it.
Yeah.
So that's makes me happy that you're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've got too.
Yeah,
for that. So
I didn't really talk about score. I'm gonna say like a 9.7. I don't know.
Nice.
Not quite the perfect 10, but it gives me a lot of good feelings. And so it's up there.
Yeah, I'm giving it 8.5.
Okay. Yeah, I would say my only thing. Sorry.
I was gonna say there's just so many things to like about it.
Yeah, I would say the only thing I would ask is just more. And I'm not saying that like lower the value of it. I was just like my only negative comment is that I want more. So I guess it's a good
thing. Which is like a good, it's like a negative positive.
Yeah, yeah. So.
Yeah, it is pretty short. It's 7.
Yeah.
7 songs. So yeah. Yeah, I want more too.
Please.
Because it's only going to go up, right? Like typically these types of bands don't really change their sound so much like Norma Jean would,
Yeah.
Like these types of bands typically kind of stay, with, I think it's only going to get better from this moment on, especially if it sounds this good when it's self-produced, like imagine if they got picked up by like a major label, how and all that money behind it, how like enormous it could sound. Yeah, I think they have a bright future.
Yeah. Or even like not even necessarily going to like a big label, but like paying someone like Mystique or somebody to do like a guest appearance and like zhuzh it up just a little bit.
What was that word?
Zhuzh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like make it a little bit spicier. Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah. I think they're on an incline for sure.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, so this is what I was trying to like pick is the lyrics, while not necessarily delivered the same way, I think they hold the same amount of power as Silent Planet's lyrics.
Okay.
I think that's what I love about it is like Silent Planet, I think has one of my favorite things is just his lyrics. He just writes these super powerful lyrics all the time. So with this, it's not delivered the same way and they don't really even sound the same. But like the power behind his lyrics, I think was what I would be comparable to. And so having not only like that lyrical like skill, but like I said, like it takes a lot for me to like audibly like make a noise over instrumentals nonetheless. So to do like fun stuff like that, I think, like you said, they're going up. They're going places. They have to.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. And the second album that Matt chose for this week is Becoming the Archetype, Children of the Great Extinction. You want to start off? Any comments on that one?
I know of Becoming the Archetype. I think I have like one song liked on Spotify by them. And I chose, like, I just kind of like skipped through through it when I like suggested it. I was like, yeah, I can get into this. I want to say I only listened to this like maybe 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. But it kind of, one of the things that you said, when we listened to I think it was on our YouTube channel, when we listened to the new Norma Jean, you said it was kind of just, not new Norma Jean, sorry, the new Lorna Shore single that they, Sun Eater, I think it was.
Yeah.
You said that it was kind of the same sound as everything else. It's like this, they do like an orchestral part in the beginning, and then it's just kind of like big, and then there's like a little breakdown. So they have like do like the same, formula, and every song's like 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
This one, like every song's like 5 minutes long, mostly. And or like 4.5 maybe. And I kind of got the same feel where it's I'm not going to say it's like one of those things where it's too much of a good thing, but like it's so big. Like there's so much like atmosphere behind the music that it's almost overwhelming. And it kind of
it's not like special.
Huh?
It's not like special for that certain song.
No, because like the whole album is just like big and atmospherical.
Mm-hmm.
Because I listened to like The Dead World. That was one of my favorites. And it almost might have been like the reason it was my favorite was because it was the first song on the track, and then every single song is just that big, powerful atmosphere. And I just kind of got a little, I don't want to say bored, but like, yeah, like it didn't have the same effect as The Dead World, because that was like brand new, fresh, big atmosphere. And then it just kind of, every song is big atmosphere. So it kind of, I now understand what you're saying with like the Lorna Shore, is that it just kind of took away a little bit because it was almost too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
I will say, beautiful artwork on the album cover.
Definitely.
I want to say that, is it like a concept piece where they kind of keep to the same theme throughout the album? Is that what a conceptual album is?
Yeah, like
okay.
I'd say like the whole story is told through the whole album instead of just like a collection of songs.
I want to say that this is conceptual.
Seems like it.
It sounds very, there's a lot of references to like going to a new world, or at least what sounds like going to a new world and stuff like that. But before we get into, because that kind of ties into what I was with The Dead World, what do you think of the album?
Yeah, I would say I definitely listened to this one less than Graey. I like Grey's atmosphere more than this band's atmosphere. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of things like you said, it has that, like, it doesn't sound like Lorna Shore, but it has that big epicness to it that those types of bands excel at.
Yeah.
But this one didn't have that it factor that I really made me like clamp on to like really love it. they've been around for a long time, and and this is the first time that I'm hearing them really, because I was familiar with the name. They had an interesting, I called it a marriage of sounds sometimes. So one of my other favorites that I put was the Phantom Field, which was the instrumental with a classical guitar in it. So I think that had added a nice layer texture to it. But other than that, it didn't leave a lasting impression on me.
Yeah.
So I didn't listen to it that many times.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, I mean, there were, like you said, Dead World was one of your favorites. And I agree, one of those, it's beginning the album. So they really want to start off with a bang.
Yeah.
My other, and Phantom Field was one. So I had 3 total. And the other one was, and Phantom Field wasn't really something that I want to like listen to a lot, even though I chose it as a favorite. It just had an interesting sound to it because of the classical guitar. And then the other one was The Remnant, because I liked the strings in the background, like during the chorus, and the singing was pretty good too overall, for that song. But in general, the singing for this band is not kind of like that. Doesn't sound like Norma Jean, but it has that like Norma Jean-esque of like, it's not quite singing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interpret that however you want. So yeah, wouldn't say I'm too impressed overall.
Yeah, I have the same thing. So I guess going into it now, with the Dead World, so first off, it sounded like a space adventure, like just like guitars and everything. It just sounded very spacey, very big and like epic, which I dug. At 2:46, I gotta get there. I put guitar nose. That's what it was. Like, I didn't know how else to word it, but guitar noises. I don't know what they're doing there, but it made me happy. That oh yeah, and then at 3:39, I want to say it was 3:39. Yeah. He says lost inside our own flesh, but the way he says flesh. No, wait.
Almost like a blech.
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. And then and then like did I say bouncy guitar? Heavy guitar? I don't know what I said. Heavy or bouncy. They both kind of fit. Just bang, 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 bang. I don't know. I enjoyed the guitar after that. Flash. You said Dead World was one of your favorites?
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of notes overall. Gotcha. Other than what I just mentioned. Like Dead World was a favorite, but I didn't have any timestamps or really notes about it. I like the feel of it overall. And there were a couple, I guess there were like sections that the song was broken up into. Like that part that you like they're kind of like that. There was a few parts like that I think is what I latched onto for that song. But there wasn't really anything that got stuck in my head until I listened to it again today, to like as a refresher when I was doing my notes. So I didn't mind it. The songs that I liked, I didn't mind. I kind of generally enjoyed them when I was listening to them, but there was really nothing about it that was like that really made me
want to write home about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. The only other note that I have on this is the calling, and I just put enjoy the slow intro. This was kind of enjoyed the slow intro.
Oh, enjoyed slow.
Yeah, it's just kind of, it's one of those like building kind of atmospheric things. And I think what might be different about it compared to like the rest, it's not like super big and epic. It's a little bit more stripped back. And then they come in with the big epic guitars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it feel a little bit more humble, I guess. But yeah. That's really all I have to say is just like that. I really enjoyed the intro on that one. But other than that, sorry. A bit of yawn. I don't really have too much else to say.
Yeah, same here.
Cool. What did you rate it overall?
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
I honestly is probably looking like 6.5, 7 for me as well. So we'll do 6.75. Just yeah.
Perfect.
We'll probably listen to The Dead World again in the future, but I'm not gonna like actively listen to this album.
Yeah, and I would say that I'm good with, I think I've gotten everything that I needed out of the band from this album. It's not, the sound isn't really making me want to go back to their older albums because they've been around since 2005. Their first album came out, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just assuming that this is pretty much what they sound like.
I have one song liked by them that I liked actually July 6th to 2022. And it's off of their old album. Oh, you know what? The reason I liked it, Harpsichord.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Ransom is the name. So I would say listen to that one after we're done here.
Okay.
That's off of their 2008 album.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of opportunities to put stuff like that in this album, but they didn't really take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Like they could have put a harpsichord somewhere. They could have put, that just more interesting instruments maybe.
Like stuff you haven't heard.
Yeah, or just to, just spice up the flavor a little bit. Not saying that every band has to do that, but if anything, this would be the type of band that could pull it off and not have it seem weird, but they didn't really capitalize on that a lot.
I think especially since, it's been 10 years since their last album that they released.
It's been 10 years?
Yeah.
The hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. What's the deal here, guys? 10 years.
Well, according to their bio, they're a trio too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, sci-fi concept. I'm trying to see.
It doesn't really
sway. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I would listen to if they produce more stuff like their album Dichotomy. Because there's a little more diversity there. At least I'm listening to Ransom. I would listen to them again, but yeah, if they keep their current sound, I would. And maybe they're just trying to fit their concept. The concept was sci-fi, and so that you're not going to put a harpsichord in sci-fi.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So maybe it was just their concept, and I get that they're trying to like build around this idea. So sorry. Yeah. Other than that, I still think it was better than last week's stuff. So. Yeah.
All right. I'm good.
Me too.
All right. So thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.